The world was changing. Nations were growing stronger, tensions were rising, and unseen forces were shaping history. What started as a single shot in a distant city would ignite the deadliest conflict the world had ever seen. This is World War I. Before the Great War, Europe was a land of empires. The British ruled the seas. Germany was rising as an industrial giant, and France was still recovering from its past wars. Meanwhile, Russia, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire struggled to keep control of their vast territories. But beneath this illusion of power, old rivalries and new ambitions were brewing. Nations formed alliances, some out of fear, others out of strategy. The world was walking a fine line between peace and catastrophe. And then it happened. June 28, 1914. A single bullet changed everything. The assassination of Austria-Hungary's Archduke Franz Ferdinand sent shockwaves through Europe. But this wasn't just about one man. It was about power, revenge, and a world ready to explode. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia. Serbia turned to Russia for help. Germany backed Austria. France and Britain prepared for war. Within weeks, a local crisis had escalated into a global conflict. World War I had begun. No one expected what came next. Millions of men were sent to fight, believing they would be home by Christmas. But instead, they found themselves trapped in the nightmare of trench warfare. For 4 years, Europe became a battleground. The Western Front, where soldiers lived, fought, and died in trenches. The Eastern Front, where vast armies clashed over frozen wastelands. And the seas, where German U-boats hunted enemy ships. New weapons turned the battlefield into a slaughterhouse. Machine guns, poison gas, tanks, and the first warplanes. This was no longer a war of honor, it was a war of survival. Millions died, and yet the war dragged on. Until the year that changed everything, 1917. With the entry of the United States and the collapse of Russia, the tide finally turned. The exhausted Central Powers could fight no longer. And on November 11th, 1918, silence fell. The war was over. But peace came at a price. 20 million dead, cities in ruins, and a world forever changed. The Treaty of Versailles was meant to bring peace, but instead it planted the seeds of another, even greater war. The First World War was over, but the world would never be the same again. The war to end all wars was only the beginning. This was the story of World War I, a war that reshaped history. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the past. What part of World War I should we explore next? Let us know in the comments.